Ever feel like the world just doesn't get introverts? You're not alone. Welcome to the Stay Introverted podcast. We're your hosts, Steph and Jay Coleman, here to dive into life from an introvert's perspective.
Each week we break down everything, from relationships and work to social dynamics and self-care, all while busting myths, sharing personal stories, and celebrating the quiet power of introversion. So, if you're ready to embrace your introverted side, let's get into it.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stay Introverted podcast. You already know my name. You know, Steph. We're back. I was about to actually tell everyone our name, but I remembered that we have our own intro. So,
yeah. We've had the intro for like I don't know, months. 20 episodes.
Yeah, for like 20 episodes. So I'm just going back because we're not back on Zoom because we had a snafu. So right. I went all the way back.
Right, I love it.
just flashback all the way. I don't have pass around with it.
Well, we do. We've already introduced ourselves on the intro, but we have not introduced our first guest of the year, Megan Spencer. Ooh. Megan, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us what you're all about.
Yes. So I'm Megan, pronounced as Megan, and I am from Southern Virginia. I'm a mom, and I basically am helping parents, introverted parents, become content creators online and make money online the easy way, because us introverts want to do it the easy way.
Absolutely. I love that. How many kids do you have?
Two girls.
Wow. How's that?
It's good. One of my oldest daughter's birthday is today.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday.
Yeah. And it was a snow day here because in the South, when it snows, it's like the whole world shuts down. Mm-hmm. So, it snowed Friday, but then they're off today. So.
Wow.
How much snow are we talking?
3 inches.
Okay, wow. Fair. That
is that a lot to y'all?
It's not so much that it's a lot, but like that can cover some stuff. Like you have to shovel.
We did have to shovel.
Yeah, but
that's accurate.
The reason I'm asking is because I went to school out in Jersey. I'm from New York City, so that you get snow. But I remember my freshman year of college. It seemed like every Monday in January and February there was a snow day for some reason. So like I'm pretty sure I missed like a quarter of my classes just because of snow days. But also I noticed that it could be like a little blanketing of snow and they would shut down the entire state. And
wow.
I kid you not. Like I'll be waiting for a bus and you get a notification like, oh, buses aren't running because it's like, not even a quarter of inch of snow. So that's why I ask, because the threshold varies.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different.
That's so funny.
And I don't know, like it's already melted, so tomorrow they'll probably be like delayed, because it may re-ice. Like who knows? But they just got off Christmas break, and then they were off again.
Oh my God!
They extended it.
How do you feel I remember my dad as a kid was always like, anytime we had a day off, he's like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? oh. And my mom was always happy because my mom's a teacher. So she was like, oh my goodness, yes. I could sleep in. So it's so funny, like how they had two different reactions. But as a parent, like how do you feel after having your kids full time for literally 2.5 weeks or whatever, and then immediately having a snow day?
Yeah, I will say.
Don't worry, we won't tell them how you feel.
I tell her. She can probably, because I work from home too. So like we're together a lot. So, we're together a lot naturally. And she knows like when I'm overwhelmed or something. So like, for example, like today being a Monday, having a lot to do and her being home and it being her birthday and she just got all these slime kits yesterday and wanting to do this and want to do that. That was like overwhelming. But last week when it happened, it was still kind of like fresh and new. Or like, oh, we're getting snow. We can go play, blah, 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 blah. So last week I was like, oh, this is fun. This is exciting. And my husband was home. Now he wasn't home. So now she's here. Hey, can you help me with the slime kit? Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that while I'm trying to like do work? That was a little overwhelming, but I think typically I'm kind of like whatever because I'm already here she's 10. She doesn't bother me. My toddler, who's 4, she can get a little crazy sometimes, staying here and not understanding like boundaries. My 10-year-old has boundaries. My 4-year-old has no boundaries. But
as you would expect.
As you would expect. That's accurate.
Hey, Steph, I got a question. Now, when you had a snow day, did your dad have to work still?
I don't know. I think he just got annoyed with the fact that we were off and like he wasn't.
Okay. No, I'm gonna say like maybe he was just jealous because he had to work. And the kids and mom could stay home, I guess. But
I think that's what it was. I'll have to ask him. All I remember is like the negative reaction, and we were all like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, I have to work."
Man, see, I used to, growing up in Queens, like we didn't get snow days. Like it had to be like 5 feet of snow for them to like cancel school. The most they would do is like have a delayed start. Like they just wait until they shovel everything and then the kids can come to school. But like we would see, I remember growing up watching the news channel, watching that little blue ticker go at the bottom of my screen, hoping that my county was one of the counties that they announced school closure, and it was never my county. It was always in Westchester. That's also why I don't like Westchester.
They got the snow days.
Snow days,
yeah.
Right? Come on. But so I was very happy when I got my first snow day in college.
What?
Oh wow!
Yes, that's how long it took. That's how long it took.
Oh my god,
that's wild.
It's never too late, I guess. So I'm curious, like, are your kids introverted or extroverted, or are you not sure yet?
My oldest is not. That's hard for me because she's very social butterfly, very let me invite every classmate in my class to the birthday party. And, then all these parents show up and you're like having to talk and it's just like, oh, it's overwhelming. But I don't know. My youngest, I don't know. She's a little shy, but she's still 4. So I don't really know. But my oldest is like completely extroverted. My husband is very like in the middle, I think, but he's kind of introverted too. Both of us are homebodies. So, but I let her do whatever. Like, I'm like, if you want to go out there and say hey to everybody in the world, you do that, boo-boo. It ain't gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. I will be at home.
Leave me out of it.
Yeah, just leave me out of it. But it's interesting their personalities, how they like develop. I always felt like my oldest daughter was gonna be very like extroverted and social just from when she was younger. But we'll see with my youngest, Mabel, because she's a little shy. But we'll see.
Is that what led you to start your company?
My kids?
Yes.
Actually, well, yes. I had my oldest daughter when I was very young, like 20, and I made a lot of bad financial decisions. Like I put everything on credit cards. I got into a lot of debt. Yeah, like it was just bad. And I think because I had her so young and I didn't have any savings, and I think I left my parents' house so young, like I made bad financial decisions and I got pregnant very young, that I like set myself up for failure essentially. So then until I had my youngest daughter when I was 25, that's when I was just like, fuck this. Like when I went on maternity leave in 2020 during COVID, I never went back to work after that because I was just like over it. I think I was over working in the office, having to leave her, having to leave Sadie. Like it was just a lot. So I think ultimately my kids were the determining factor, but it was also just because I didn't want to be around people in the office too. Like that sucked, because you deal with like a bunch of different people and it's draining. Like, having to be around a lot of different personalities all the time that drain you. And then you come home and you're like, oof, like that was rough every day. But I started my first business in 2020 and then everything's just like blew up from there essentially. And I never went back because I was like, I'm done with that.
Did you know, like off the hop, that it was going to be for introverted parents, or did that evolve?
That evolved because my first business, I was a virtual assistant, which I would say is very not introvert friendly. But at the time, I just wanted to pay off my debt too, because I I just bought a new car. I had lots of credit card payments. I still had an old car payment. I had medical bills. Like, it like all piles up. So at the time, I was like willing to do whatever the hell I needed to do to pay the money to like pay the debt off. And I did that. Like by 2021, I'd paid off $60,000 worth of debt because
Amazing.
I was hustling. Like I was doing whatever I had to do it. So then basically since then I kind of just laid low because like once you like pay off a lot of debt, like I don't have to make as much money, like my only debt is my house at this point. So I'm just kind of like cruising basically. So then I started my introvert side hustles earlier this year because I started teaching Amazon reviews and how you can do like UGC and then TikTok shop, which TikTok shop can be less introvert friendly unless you like do it faceless. But I find that a lot of people that I mentor and coach are very shy, but they build their confidence with like Amazon and UGC, and then they feel more comfortable to maybe post on TikTok. But you can make plenty of money with like Amazon. I mean, that was my first content side hustle that I started in 2023. And I was making like, four figures a month from just that. So it was like,
wow.
It's just crazy. It's crazy how it evolves.
That's wild. Is Amazon still like fairly easy to use? Like can people, so if somebody had a full-time job and they wanted to do that, is it doable?
Oh gosh, yeah. Because a lot of the time it's like one of those things where you do a lot of work up front and then the money will come in. Like I have videos that I posted in 2023 that still make me money on Amazon. I'm not saying it's making me boot koodles of money, but I mean it's still money that I can deposit into my account. So like I feel like with Amazon, once you do a lot of work up front, then you can just kind of maintain it. So it's completely possible to do like a lot of people I mentor have 9 to 5 jobs. And, they just either want to have side hustle money to pay off debt or they eventually want to quit their job. They're just, working their way up to it.
Right.
That's pretty fun. I like creating content, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And sorry, one more question. What is UGC? I don't know if I've never heard of that. So.
Yeah, I know. It's like one of those terms. So it's user generated content, which is basically where you're like creating content for brands. They'll pay you for it. And then typically they use it on their social media pages. And a lot of times I talk to people that like don't want to be on social media because like the Amazon reviews things, you don't have to post those to your social media. That's why I consider it introvert friendly because you can do it behind the scenes. Like nobody has to know you're doing it. And with UGC, essentially like you're giving them content and they'll post it on their social media. So people never have to see it. Because that's a big thing. People are like, I don't want my friends and family, to see me doing it. And like at this point, I don't give a fuck. But like, there's a lot of people that I talk to that do still care. And I cared at one point too. And that's why I'm always like, think if you were to do a brand deal with this cool company and then your friends and family see you in an ad, like you look kick ass, like you look cool. You look cool. Like, so then you would be more confident and like comfortable to do other things. But UGC it's cool. Like you can do it on like apps and stuff like that. Like you don't have to do it like on social media, which is, a lot of people don't want to do that. And I get that.
Absolutely. I remember I went through a phase like a couple of years ago where I started to get really stressed out. This is when I had my coaching business. I started to get really like anxious about the fact that a lot of people in my life were watching my stories.
Oh, yeah.
So
I get
I
that.
just like lost my mind, removed them all as followers. And like some of them must have realized and like kept trying to follow me. And it was just like this like game of whack-a-mole of like not letting anybody from my personal life follow me. And then I got over it. But like how would you like somebody like that who's like struggles with people in their lives seeing them trying to hustle or build a brand? Like what would you say to somebody like that? Now I don't care, but I wish that I had some advice at the time.
Yes. Oh, I tell people now, I'm like, just do it faceless. And when I mean faceless, I don't mean it has to be you with your face not in it. I mean, I have a whole TikTok account about Game of Thrones. It is literally a Game of Thrones account. No one knows it's me. I mean, I did post my face on it at one point, but like other people didn't have to know it was me. It was literally me recording a book. I would flip through the book and I would point my finger and shut the book and I would get like hundreds and hundreds of thousands, almost like millions of views just from this book. And that's what I teach people in my like mentoring and courses is like find what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about plants? Are you passionate about pets? Are you passionate about AI? Like whatever it is, you can create an account about that no one has to know that it's you because you could use that to, build credibility. Like a lot of people get really excited when they go viral, so it's like, oh, you went viral and you're excited and now you have all these views and now maybe you're more confident to do something else. But a lot of times too, it's good to just have those social media pages in case like, you want to get into Amazon influencer, you want to land a brand deal at one point, like whatever it is, there's a market out there for everything. Like I have a girl that I talked to that has a sourdough bread page.
I love that.
She doesn't like show her face at all, and I'm like, just do what works, and make it fun.
Yeah, that's kind of what, I've been doing the last few months. Like now that, TikTok's going away, I've just been testing stuff. Like I moved away from just like, I would just kind of post the reels that I posted everywhere else. And I really didn't see any traction. So what I did was I started posting like, basically posting tweets. I draw them up as tweets and then just, post that with something about, being an introvert. And folks loved it because one thing that I realized is that, my people, introverts, like to read.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, TikTok, that platform was really made for video, but there's an audience there that don't mind reading. So, like, I've had the highest amount of engagement that I've ever had just with these, like, quote these little fake tweets that I put as a video, set them to a nice little R&B track because for some reason that it works. Like it's hilarious.
I love it.
It's hilarious because like some of these tweets are like very sarcastic and very antisocial, but put it to some R&B and it's smooth. It just works. And honestly, it was an accident that I found that song.
Right.
I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna rock with it. So like I put out like 20, I think I'm up to like part 28, and they all have the same song. So like if I end up going to Red Note, that's how I'm gonna start, and then I'm probably gonna just start showing off my shirts, and it very well may be faceless. Because that's something that I struggle with. Like I don't really feel like talking on camera too tough. Says a guy with a podcast, but
that you're the one that insisted that it be on video. So
exactly. But I don't know something about recording like reels and speaking of them. I don't know. I get like a mental block, but this is fine. Lip syncing for a reel is fine, but like trying to like script something for myself to write, so like I may start with like a faceless page and see how that goes.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And like a lot of people too, because a lot of the stuff I teach about is like product reviews. So like talking about like a product. And I tell people too, I'm like, do them faceless. Like record the product, you using it, and then go back and do a voiceover on it. And that works wonders for people because and I even help people with scripts. Like you can literally just read the script, then it'll, it's like, this is the product, here's what it does, here's how it solved a problem in my life, to make it like a good video, but also like creating visual content, isn't really hard when you're not having to worry about what to say. That's sometimes when I get like overwhelmed too, when I do like a product video of me like holding it and talking, something's not jiving. Like I'm like, I like glitch out. Maybe it's kind of like a mental block too, because you're overwhelmed by like trying to show the product and trying to talk about it. So
I think for me, I get really stressed out about like my eyes. This is like, I don't know how to explain this, but like, I feel like when I'm on video, and trying to read a script, my eyes just get really wide. Like they just pop out and like I talk in a monotone and I cannot read a script if my face is showing. But if my face is not showing and I can just read the script, it sounds a lot more natural. So.
It makes sense because like you're focusing on something like, you're focusing maybe on what your face looks like and reading the script. So it's like your brain can't do like 8 things at once.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I love the faceless route. And I think that's cool that you're doing it too, Jay. Because I think it even works on Instagram. Like, I've only tested it on TikTok because that's what I've been it's easier to like go viral on TikTok. But I mean, I feel like I see faceless niched page all the time on Instagram. So I'm like, I might test it over there and just see what happens.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, like the same concept applies. It's just a matter of how many people are on the platform. And if everybody is kicked off TikTok, even if it's for just a week or two while they like hash it out, like
Yeah.
millions and millions of people are going to come onto Instagram and
yeah.
flood it. So the same people that were spending 3 to 4 hours a day on TikTok are going to need a replacement, and Instagram is like the next best thing. So, I figure if you know what you're doing there, you could probably at least get some people over to your Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, that's accurate for sure.
This is somebody who has never really been on TikTok, so don't quote me. I don't know.
No, I like the way you think about it.
Yeah, it's the same concept, right? You're creating videos, you know what appeals to people. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm curious now how Zuckerberg feels about folks doing the end around to Red Note because like they were expecting to have that kind of flood into Instagram, maybe Facebook. I don't know if he was if he was the one, not the one behind it, but if he was excited, I guess, or I don't know what the level is, but I don't know if it's true or not, but I thought he was kind of involved in some way in the push to get TikTok essentially either sold to a U.S. holding company or banned. So curious how he's feeling about that. And those numbers, should they not materialize, what's going to happen?
Well, it's an interesting dynamic because, like, right now he's under fire because he's taking away all the fact checkers, and people are like really mad about it. But now they have no choice but to use his apps really because TikTok's going away. So he's like lost a bunch of people because of his opinions, but now he's going to gain them back because of just demand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm curious if you're going to see, are we going to stop there, or are we going to kind of continue down this path of, Meta? I'm going to include Facebook in this, kind of becoming more like X. I hate that fucking name.
I hate it too. I can't get over it. It's Twitter.
Yeah, like are we?
I still call it Twitter.
Yeah, like are we going to have kind of Meta become more in line with that? Because on X, everything goes. Like I don't think there's any sort of restrictions as far as what you can say, what you can show. Like,
boy.
It is wild over on X. Because I guess looking through that lens, X is probably the accurate name. Because if no, like if you were going to rate some of the stuff on that, it'd probably be rated X.
Ooh,
like
I'm not over there.
I'm not over there either.
You're not missing anything, trust me. You're not. Like it. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it has to be a bad thing. I think the fact checkers, from what I understand, were a little bit biased, and I think it's all going to correct itself. It's all going to work out. I think we're just in the beginning of this shift. Even though I think Elon purchased it like a year and a half ago. In terms of the company's history, it's been around for 15, 20 years. So we're still in the early stages. I think fact checking is kind of hard when you have human bias involved. So unless they're going to bring AI and employ AI into the fact checking realm, I don't see how you can do it without having bias.
Yeah. And I feel like TikTok, I mean, I feel like they censor. I mean, I feel like you can see a bunch of stuff on TikTok that's like not uncensored, but I mean a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't see on Facebook or Instagram for sure. But I feel like their AI, like the stuff that flags stuff, it's sometimes too sensitive. Like if you say casino, you're flagged for spam, or you say casino, you're flagged for gambling. When maybe you were talking about something completely different. You know what I mean? And you have to appeal it, and then maybe it'll get pushed back out, but then maybe it won't. Just stuff like that. But I'm like,
right.
That's a very good point.
It's AI, but it's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
You're 100% correct. Like I guess your algorithm.
Yeah.
But no, like TikTok has actually come under fire because their algorithm happens, again, don't know if it's intentional or not, but a lot of people, a lot of these people tend to have their content regulated or taken off by saying, a certain word, either saying certain words or putting certain words on there that, maybe it is, maybe it does go against their policy or not, but you don't see other folks having those same issues. So it just seems to be a certain group of people have their content taken down a little bit more consistently than others, and it still goes on. But you're right. Like TikTok, again, in general, you really gotta be careful about saying certain words. Like you can't say rape. You gotta say grape.
Grape. Unalive.
Unalive, schmurder. Like you gotta get real creative.
You do.
Can't say porn. You gotta say corn.
Can't say blood. I got flagged for blood when I was talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and so I did BL00. I'm like, this is crazy.
It's weird. And I still don't know can you type it, or is it if you say it? Like I still don't know, like what, or is it both?
Both.
It's both? Okay. I don't know, because again, I see people they get away with both and then they get flagged for both. So it's like, what?
I know. Very confusing. And TikTok Shop is almost worse, because being in TikTok Shop, you're an affiliate for the platform, and the limitations on TikTok Shop are so stupid. And it's the same thing that you were just saying, Jay. Like, there are high-level TikTok Shop creators who can get away with posting static images, who can get away with doing this, who can get away with doing that. But if I were to do it, I get a violation and I'm removed from the program. And you lose your earnings just like that. You can't get back in. No second chances. It's like you mess up once. I mean, you have like a point system. They put you on a point system.
That's like a driver's license.
Yeah, it's literally like that. And you mess up once, you get 6 points. Then you're shadow banned.
Shadow banned, yeah.
Then you're like working again. Oh, you get another one. Oh, you're at 24 points. You're gone. Can't get it back. And it's just like, it would annoy me so bad.
It's crazy. Like, you have creators with like, 1 million, 2 million followers, and it's like you're just looking at their metrics and they're not getting reviews. And it's like, what the hell? And they don't know like what went wrong, like where they went wrong. TikTok is it's an interesting place. I hope Red Note doesn't have the same issues, but we'll see, because who owns it?
Right.
Not exactly a bastion for freedom of speech, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm curious if, like, because this might sound dumb, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm curious if, because it's a Chinese-owned company, they're following like Chinese freedom of speech laws and rules, rather than American-based or like Europe-based laws of freedom of speech. So maybe it's like, maybe in China you're not allowed to say blood or casino or murder, or maybe those are just not condoned. I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's crazy how China doesn't even use TikTok. They use, what is it, Douyin or whatever. And I'm like, it's because the Chinese government doesn't want their Chinese mainland people talking with people outside of the country, aka Americans. Just come out and say it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, that makes sense too, because I mean, the censorship, like, and then people can like take your content. Like, I have like 16 scammers on TikTok, and they steal my content and they scam people. And TikTok does nothing about it. I report it. I do everything I can. Nothing.
So they'll take you down for saying blood, but if someone scams you, you're out of luck.
Exactly. It's crazy over there.
That's wild. Region number 82, while I never joined this platform.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a lot of good. There is a lot you can learn.
Yeah, a lot of people made a lot of money over there.
Yes, you can
Kind of a
definitely
bummer.
make a lot of money over there. But yeah, I mean it's not without its problems. So I'm definitely curious to see how we move forward. Like I'm either way, I'm personally like at the point where I'm going to take down my TikTok shop because it's too much of a hassle for me personally. But
Yeah.
I'm curious how we're going to go with Red Note. I'm curious if our government is going to react in a way that essentially starts this whole thing all over again.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious to see how we react. Like if we can find Lemonade and Red Note, we can find others. So if we can't
That's
find
true.
it, somebody will create it. Like
Yep.
so we'll see. But I am not falling for the bullshit that is them saying this is about national security and whatnot. So
Oh, me neither.
that's just
It's like we all know that China's involved at this point. Like
yes.
I saw people, they're like, just let me sign a release. I'm like, I know. I will be so I know I'm talking like a bunch of junk about it, but like I would be so sad because I mean, it's easy. I don't want to say it's easy to grow over there. Like you have to stay consistent. But I mean, I've grew a platform over there. That's something that I haven't done on any other social media platform. So it's like, oof, it just would suck for it to be gone.
That's the thing that like I I joke with Steph about this a couple of times in the past, kind of why I don't post as much on TikTok, and it's kind of your point right there. It's like you have to be consistent. Like you got people making like 17 videos a day. Like I ain't got that. I don't have that energy. Like you lucky if you get one out of me every other day. Like I kind of like, but that's kind of what you have to do. Like it's kind of like feeding a crackhead. You got to give him that hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
every 12 hours, you got to give him a hit. And I'm like, I can't do it. Not with like I'm on like 4 platforms already. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So my hat goes off to the people who can make multiple videos a day. And I'm pretty sure they batch them or they batch create. But still, it's just like every single day you're putting out like 5, 6, 7, 10 videos. Nah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How do you have that much to say? They must all be extroverts, because I don't get it.
That's a lot.
I don't know, who has the time to do that? What do you do? Do you have time to do this?
Oh yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Some people like I post 1 time a day on my side hustle account. I used to post twice a day when I was like trying to grow the account, but then it feels like I grew more once I posted once a day. It was almost like it was telling me to stop posting so much, So I was like, oh, interesting. But yeah, I see a bunch of people, especially in TikTok shop, that like post 10, 15 shop videos a day. And I'm like, ooh, that's a lot.
I feel like it sometimes less is more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Absolutely.
Quality over quantity.
Absolutely. Like I'd rather watch one amazing thought-provoking video from a creator and buy from them than 18 shitty ones that I literally don't care what you have to say.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna block you if you're annoying.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh man, damn it, Steph! He just made me remember. Now I gotta, if I go over to Red Note, now I gotta block all these people again.
Oh no.
I blocked so many people since I mostly sex bots. I block a lot of sex bots.
Okay.
They all want to follow me. I don't know why.
All right.
There was a while I was blocking like 30 or 40 porn sex bots a day.
Oh, you said sex bots.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that's what you said, but I was like, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was exhausting.
I've seen those before, but I'm like, what's their goal? Just to be fucking
weird? It was so annoying because I couldn't open I got to the point where I couldn't open any social media apps when I was at work because I was like, I'm gonna look at their profile and it's not gonna be good. Somebody's gonna walk up behind me.
It's crazy.
So it was good for me not checking my social media accounts while I was at work because I got afraid to do that. But it was fucking annoying.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They be my DM, so like I gotta like block them. So I
Oh
get
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I get a lot of sugar daddies in my DMs.
Oh, I get those. Pay me $5,000 a day to message them or whatever the weird stuff is. I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah,
y'all weird.
yeah,
I do like the creative ones when they're like, "Hey, mommy," like I don't know, it's so funny. I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm
Yeah,
like, thanks for the entertainment while you're harassing me, at least, I guess.
Right.
yeah, I've definitely had a couple of bots try to do that, and it's funny because it's on my business profile. Like I don't have a personal, well, I don't use my personal profile on Instagram. So everything is through the business. But yeah, I get the bots on that they DM me. I've actually had a couple of OnlyFans creators message me, and I'm like, I'm good.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh
I'm I'm good.
God.
I'm good. But if you want to buy a shirt, I got you.
Just make sure you wear it on your OnlyFans account.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't. That's the thing. Like do I really want the business? Like I damn sure don't want them to be a brand ambassador. But
Right.
but
Why
depending on
not? Sex sells.
yeah, depending on their following, it might be a good market. I don't know. It's
It
one of
could
those.
be.
It could be.
You gotta scope it out.
Yeah.
Wow, we're good influences. I love this. You know what? Honestly, find yourself an OnlyFans girl that has like 18 million followers. Get her to wear like a crop version of one of your shirts and watch your numbers grow.
Let's go. Okay.
Sounds like a solid marketing strategy.
Sex
Yeah.
sells.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
I do have a couple of OnlyFans followers. I will say that.
Okay, so why are you shitting on them?
I'm not
Because
shitting
they're
on them.
nice.
I'm not shitting on them. Again, there's just some of them. Again, some of them trying to get me to subscribe to their thing. I'm like, I'm good.
Okay, fair
What's your,
enough.
what's your shirt say?
I will not explain further.
Oh, I love that.
See, that is a
I
great
need
one for an
that.
OnlyFans girl.
It really is.
Perfect. You just sold your first one, but neither of us are on OnlyFans, so
Yeah. I will not go to that side hustle venture.
yeah.
I had a friend. One of my friends. This is I guess it's the early days of OnlyFans. Like she was asking me because she was trying to find like uh side hustles, and she asked me like, "Do you think like I should go on OnlyFans?" And I'm like, "Do you know what OnlyFans is?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "You might want to go find out what OnlyFans is, and then you'll have your answer if you want to do that or not."
That's
Again,
so funny.
I'm not saying that it's only that. Like there are people who are on and like there are entertainers who have
Mm-hmm.
who have
Are they really?
yeah, there are entertainers who have an OnlyFans account and it's like pictures of them playing with their dog whatever. But
Okay.
in my opinion, the average person goes to OnlyFans for a particular reason,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah.
average content creator is creating content to support or to address that particular desire and that want. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to say don't do it. I just think you should educate yourself to what you're getting yourself into and, and then figure out for yourself if that's what you want to do.
That's
so
valid.
funny.
Yes. And if you do, let me know what your handle is.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna support a friend, you know.
Yeah, that's good. Gotta support the friends.
Gotta support the friends. And get
I
that
oh go ahead.
no, let me get that discount, and we're all good.
Oh my
But
God.
enough
I
of
was
that.
watching this no, I have one more thing to say about OnlyFans. Now I have to say it. I was watching this reality show. It's on Bravo. It's called Southern Hospitality. It's like probably one of their worst shows, but it's like background noise. And there was this like 25-year-old kid that was trying to make extra money. So he starts an OnlyFans account like on the show and like part of all of his scenes were like him recording these like or creating these like OnlyFans like extravagant photo shoots. It was so funny. And the rest of the cast was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, please don't involve us. He would not ask back for the following season.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
And it was a guy. It was weird. Anyway, switching gears a little bit. So Amazon videos, like, what do you mean by that? I told you I'm switching gears.
No, that's good. Like I said, this is how most of my conversations go in general.
Yeah.
Amazon videos is about products. So products that are sold on Amazon, like this BrewMate. I got the blur on the BrewMate cup. It doesn't have to be bought from Amazon, just sold on Amazon. And you make a product video on it and you post it to your storefront, and then that video will sit on the product page of Amazon. So you don't have to promote the video or anything. Basically, if I want to buy this BrewMate cup and I search it, and let's say, Stephanie, you made a video for it, and I see your video and then I buy, you'll get a commission. And so if you make like some people have like thousands of videos, so like if you had thousands of videos, I mean, you'd be making quite a bit of money. Of course, there's like a strategy, like, you want to do products that are popular and, things like that. But there's ways to like see that information. So.
Right. That's cool. Yeah. And how much commission do you make?
It depends. So like lawn and outdoor is like 4%, which is like the highest. And I mean, the Amazon commission rates are so much lower than TikTok Shop. That's like also kind of a bummer thing too, like for people that come from TikTok Shop. But then like clothing and like other like toys and things like that are like 2%. So I mean, it's like it just varies on like the category of the product that you're reviewing.
Okay, interesting. I'm like literally gonna go through everything I bought on Amazon and like just practice with it.
Hey, you should. It's like a pretty like it's not only easy, of course, like the hardest part is like getting into the program. They have to approve you, but like you don't have to grow a following. You don't have to, do anything crazy. Just have to like follow the steps of like, doing the videos, getting approved and, all that stuff. But the videos are very like natural. Like it's not like salesy. Right. I think that's what turns a lot of people off from TikTok Shop is it's more like salesy.
Okay.
With Amazon, you can just be like, be yourself and review, like talk about why you love the product.
Right. This is my pen. I use it to write.
Yeah. This is my favorite pen.
Yeah.
It's pink.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. It's fun.
If you sell things on Amazon, I'm just like out of curiosity. So like if I were to sell a water bottle on Amazon and do people make videos for the products that they sell also, or is it just products that they buy?
I think I've seen sellers have videos. I don't know how that commission works. Like I see on product pages, like the seller will have a video, but I think for them, that's more just like marketing. And I think like for influencers that are making videos, it gives them more like social proof because there's like, oh, there's all these other people talking about it. Because the way that they're like portrayed is it almost looks like a customer review, like, I mean, it says earns commission because they have to be like in compliance with like the FTC. Like they have people buying from our videos need to know that we're going to earn a commission. But the way that they're on the page, like it looks like a customer reviewing it. And before I buy anything, I look at the reviews. I just want to see like what other people love or hate about it. And that's typically where this program comes in, where people will go and watch the videos and see someone demoing it. And they're like, oh, I want to buy it. And so, yeah. And I mean, the sellers too, since we're on Amazon, we can like the influencers can reach out to the sellers and say like, hey, I want to make a review on your product. They'll send you a free sample and sometimes they'll pay you to make the video, the seller, because that's like marketing for them. So that's another way to like make money on the platform. So
right, and you can get the stuff that you want without having to pay for it. That's great.
Yes, exactly.
Wow,
exactly.
I'm sold.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, and it's introvert friendly for sure. Because like I said, you can start a faceless social media account, get into Amazon Influencer, and never post on that social media account again. Forget about it, and just do your videos and Do it in private. Don't tell nobody if you don't want nobody to know.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. So you should start Amazon shop and I'll be your influencer.
I've been trying to get on Amazon, but they don't want to let me in, huh?
What?
Rude.
Yeah. They don't like me. I've been trying to like sign myself get myself sold on Amazon. They keep saying no. So I'm gonna try again.
Like as a seller?
As a seller, yeah.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
a bummer.
It really is. So my goal, one of my goals this year is hopefully to start selling on Amazon. But yeah, we'll see. Apparently they don't let everybody in the club, so you know.
There's another Amazon program. I'm sure you've heard about it. The Merch by Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that would work. Like, since your designs look pretty, like, they look pretty easy to do. Like, you could do, like, upload your file to that, and you could also get, like, paid for your file, But I mean, of course, other people would use it on their shirts. So you might want it to be, like, branded to you. I get that
Right.
too. So I hope you can get in, though, because those would probably sell really well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try again. That's what my goal is this year is to start getting some of that Amazon money.
Yeah, we all need that Amazon money.
We all need that Amazon money.
Write a letter to Jeff Bezos. Maybe he'll answer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You could try.
So, hey, Jeff, I'm a loyal Amazon member. I also subscribe to the Washington Post. You know, both of your companies.
Oh my gosh, he owns that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. You know,
Wow.
do your part to help keep a young, up and coming entrepreneur off of OnlyFans. You know?
That's your subject line.
Yes. Keep me out of OnlyFans. Invite me into Amazon.
Save me from OnlyFans.
Exactly.
I love
so
it.
funny.
That should be the title of our episode.
I'll just
right. Stay out of OnlyFans.
I love it.
That's so funny.
I don't know, man. Like I just like one of my favorite basketball players, Liz Cambage. Like she made the jump to OnlyFans. Apparently, made more money in like a week than she did her entire career.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Good for her.
Good for her.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. The people that can do it, more power to them.
Yeah, for sure. So Megan, before we let you go, I guess my question to you is, do you have any advice for people that are just getting started? Or like what's your biggest piece of advice for parents or introverts that want to build a side hustle? Like where do they start?
I'd say start with Amazon because it's the easiest one to get in and you can build your confidence because you'll make money. Like I can almost there's nothing I can guarantee, but like I can guarantee you'll make a little bit of money. Like my first month on Amazon, I made $75. So I mean, sure it wasn't life changing, but I mean that gave me the confidence where I was like, oh my gosh, my videos are making money. So I think if you want to start a journey in content creation, whether that's you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to get big on social media, whatever it is, I say start with Amazon because you're making videos on products, you're learning how to edit videos, you're gaining confidence while you do it. And you can do it behind the scenes. So you're not just having to like start a YouTube channel and like blow out and be, like, here I am, here's my YouTube channel. You already have a little bit of like experience. You've done Amazon, then you could do UGC, start landing brand deals, make money that way. And if TikTok Shop's still around, do TikTok Shop, because I do all three of those side hustles and, I make a lot of good money from it. I don't have to have a full-time job. So it's like, there's plenty of money out here. I never in a billion years thought I would start a YouTube channel. But then I was like, it just seemed like the next stage, like you just keep evolving as a content creator. And then also I say if you're a person that gets overwhelmed easily, like me, just take it one step at a time. So like don't feel like you have to do all the side hustles at once. If you're financially in a good part and in a good place and you just want to make a little bit extra money, like start doing Amazon, see how that works, then move into something else, because if you get overwhelmed with something, then you just stop everything. At least that's how I am. Like if I do too much, then I just give up. Like I'm like, oh, I'm done. But if you can just, have little wins here and there, then you'll feel more confident to move on to the next thing.
I love that. I'm totally gonna make an account tonight. I'm excited.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I didn't even know about this, so thank you.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah. So do you have anything, any promotions, any email lists, anything that you want to tell the people about so they can check you out?
Yes, I actually do have a free guide, and I also have a YouTube channel with lots of free information. But my free guide shares tips to get into Amazon influencer, like how to do it exactly. Like I said, you don't have to grow a big following or anything like that, but that is like a guide that I share to help people get in because there's certain things you can do. Of course, I'm gonna have to edit my guide if TikTok goes away, which is fine. Like you said, I could just alter it to Instagram. Hopefully, the same strategies work. I need to like test them. That would probably be great. But so yeah, that's my free guide to get started. And then I also do like mentoring, group mentoring, and I have a course. And it's been really fun. Like I never in a billion years thought I would be doing that. And creating the course was also a event in itself because
I bet.
Like hours and hours of videos. I'm like, oh my gosh. And like, what did I get into? But it was so fun. So, and I love doing it. I love like helping people. It's always so fun when like and I have a free group too on Facebook, but like when people are in there and they're like, I got approved or I'm in the program, like it's always just so like exciting to celebrate people's wins because, that's even just getting approved for Amazon influencer or getting approved for, Amazon reviews. Like that's exciting. Like, it's like, you feel like it's possible, before it's just kind of like a thought. And then when something starts happening, you're just like, it gives you that little like push to keep going. So.
Absolutely. Oh, awesome. Yeah, we will link all of that in the show notes for sure. Because I'm sure people are going to listen to this and want to check you out. And then what is your Instagram, TikTok, YouTube handle as well?
So my TikTok handle and my Instagram handle are at the side hustle ninja _ just one.
Wow.
And then on YouTube, I'm at Meg the Creator. I'm trying to change everything to Meg the Creator, but with the limbo with TikTok and all those scammers, I didn't want somebody taking my real username and then people thinking that was me. So we're just gonna see what happens.
All right, fair enough. So we will include all of that as well in the show notes. And yeah, if you guys love this episode, be sure to rate it, review it, share it with a friend. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast. And be sure to stay tuned for another episode next Tuesday.
Thank y'all.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.